Well, it's the backdrop to many of our fondest childhood memories, but a new survey has found today's kids aren't getting nearly enough time out in the playground. Instead, there are reports of increasing academic pressures being placed on young children and a subsequent rise in mental health issues.
It's caused a stir amongst parents and educators alike, especially in Perth, where they are set to protest this afternoon. Child mental health care expert Claire Orange will be there with those calling for the change, and we're thrilled to say she joins us now from Perth. Claire, great to see you again. It's such an important part of any childhood. So why is playtime disappearing from our kids' lives?
Well, it's pretty sad, isn't it, that this is the major way that children are learning, are supposed to be learning in the early years, and yet we're kind of in the age of collecting data and pushing down that academic requirement onto our 4- and 5-year-olds instead of letting them go out there and play. And there's certainly some telling signs in our mental health statistics. It's pretty dire.
Claire, you actually say playtime has a fundamental role in the development of our children. How so?
Oh, just in so many ways. I mean, we all know that children love to play, but actually through those simple actions, children are learning language. Language helps them with their reading and writing skills one day. They're learning problem solving with the way they're playing with blocks and containers. Those are their maths-based skills. And then let's get into the life skills. You know, if we're going to have conversations about bullying and our teenagers and the really desperate events that we're seeing unfold, well, the protection about and around that starts in those play years where children are learning empathy and learning to stick up for themselves and make really great relationships. So it's a really fundamental part of our children's childhood and development.
So there's some remarkable statistics going around about children suffering mental health issues. Apparently playtime can benefit them.
Right, yes. So what we're looking at is, you know, 1 in 7 Australian children diagnosed with a mental health condition. So in a class of 28 children, you're looking at 4. 1 in 3 girls, 1 in 4 boys showing signs of anxiety. And certainly when we're looking at children who are learning to read and write at a time that's not developmentally appropriate for them, I think we'd see a 7-month-old baby that we were trying to teach to walk when really they shouldn't be doing it yet. I think that child will get anxious too, and yet we're teaching our little ones reading and writing far too early.
So we're just expecting too much of them too soon. I guess the problem though, Claire, is that parents do feel a pressure to make sure they pack their kids' schedules with as much as possible. So how do you find the right balance?
Well, it's tricky as a parent, and certainly when you go into a school and there's reading levels and writing levels and you think your little one's not keeping up, it can become a lot of pressure on a parent to you know, put additional things in to help children. And I think just in general, we've got kids who are doing lots of after-school activities and not engaging in play there either. So as parents, we've really got to redress that in the way that we go about and get our kids out playing more free play, which is so good for their brains.
Well, Claire, is there a prescribed amount of free play that is the best for our child to get?
Is there a time we can aim for?
Yeah.
Well, that's really tricky because, you know, we've got little ones in full-time schooling where they should be doing the majority of play in the day. So at school, in our early years of education, more time should be spent in that play-based learning than sitting at a desk. So we know that, you know, you should be having more than 50% time in your play-based learning where children are learning through play. It's not just free play, but they're actually learning through play. And then at home, we've got to make sure that our children are spending more time up and active than they are, say, on the screen or being sedentary in front of the television. So you're just looking for more time doing the active movement-based stuff than you are that sedentary-based stuff, because we know for brains and for bodies, it's better for our kids.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you for that. The play-in is taking place today at 2:30 p.m. at Wellington Square Park in Perth. Claire, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.